Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll be discussing the truth about getting your ex back. Is all hope really lost? This is a question that many people who have gone through a breakup often ask themselves. So, let's dive right into it. Understanding the breakup. One of the key questions to ask is whether the breakup was a mutual decision, or if one person initiated it. If it was a mutual decision, it's likely that both parties have already moved on emotionally, and trying to rekindle the relationship may not be feasible. However, if it was initiated by one person, there may still be a chance to repair the relationship. It's also important to consider the reason for the breakup. Was it due to irreconcilable differences, a lack of effort on one or both sides, or external factors such as distance or differing life goals? Understanding the root cause of the breakup can help both parties determine whether it's worth attempting to work things out. Additionally, it's important to recognize that sometimes people grow apart and change over time. It's natural for relationships to have their ups and downs, but sometimes the best course of action is to accept that the relationship has run its course and move on. By encouraging viewers to take a step back and examine the situation objectively, this section of the video can help set realistic expectations and avoid unnecessary heartache. First, it's important to acknowledge the emotional toll that a breakup can take. It's natural to feel hurt, angry, or confused, and it's important to take the time to process these emotions before making any decisions about trying to get back with your ex. In addition to considering whether the breakup was mutual or initiated by one person, it's also important to think about the overall health of the relationship. Did both parties feel fulfilled and supported, or were there recurring issues or patterns of behavior that led to tension and ultimately the breakup? If there were issues in the relationship that contributed to the breakup, it's important to take an honest look at your own behavior and consider whether there are changes you can make to improve the situation. This could involve seeking therapy, working on communication skills, or addressing any underlying issues that may have contributed to the breakup. It's also important to consider whether both parties are still single, or if one or both have entered into new relationships. If your ex is in a new relationship, it's generally best to respect their decision and focus on moving on yourself. However, if your ex is still single, there may be a chance to reconnect and explore whether getting back together is feasible. Ultimately, understanding the breakup requires a combination of emotional introspection and objective assessment. By taking the time to consider all of the relevant factors, viewers can make an informed decision about whether trying to get back with their ex is worth pursuing. The no contact rule is an important step in the process of trying to get back with an ex. The no contact rule involves cutting off all communication with your ex for a set period of time, usually at least 30 days. The reason for this is twofold. First, it allows both parties to take a step back and process their emotions without the added complication of ongoing communication. This can help alleviate some of the hurt and confusion that often accompanies a breakup. Second, the no contact rule creates space for both parties to reassess the relationship and determine whether getting back together is truly what they want. Without this space, it can be difficult to gain perspective on the relationship and make a rational decision about whether to pursue reconciliation. During the no-contact period, it's important to resist the urge to reach out to your ex or engage in any form of communication. This includes avoiding social media stalking or trying to get updates on their life through mutual friends. It's also important to focus on self-care and personal growth during this time. This can involve pursuing hobbies, spending time with friends and family, or seeking therapy to work through any unresolved emotions. Once the no-contact period is over, both parties can reassess their feelings and determine whether they want to try to reconnect. If so, it's important to approach the situation with honesty and openness, and to be willing to address any underlying issues that may have contributed to the breakup. Overall, the no-contact rule can be an effective tool for gaining perspective and creating space for personal growth. By taking the time to focus on themselves and reassess the relationship, both parties can make a more informed decision about whether getting back together is the right choice. Improving yourself is an important step in the process of trying to get back with an ex. The focus of this section is on personal growth and self-improvement, which can help not only improve your own life, but also increase your chances of reconciliation with your ex. One of the key reasons to focus on self-improvement is to address any issues that may have contributed to the breakup. This could involve working on communication skills, addressing underlying emotional issues, or making lifestyle changes to become a better partner. In addition to addressing any specific issues, self-improvement can also involve pursuing hobbies, learning new skills, or working on personal goals. By focusing on personal growth, you can become a more well-rounded and fulfilled individual, which can be attractive to your ex and increase your chances of reconciliation. It's important to approach self-improvement with a growth mindset, which involves being open to new experiences and willing to learn from failures. This can involve seeking feedback from trusted friends or professionals, being open to constructive criticism, and celebrating progress rather than getting discouraged by setbacks. It's also important to focus on self-care during this time. This can involve practicing mindfulness or meditation, getting enough sleep and exercise, and engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Ultimately, the goal of improving yourself is to become the best version of yourself, both for your own sake and for the potential benefit of your relationship with your ex. By focusing on personal growth and self-improvement, you can increase your chances of reconciliation, while also enhancing your own life in meaningful ways. Reconnecting with your ex is the final step in the process of trying to get back together. This step involves reaching out to your ex and attempting to establish communication in a positive and constructive way. Before reaching out, it's important to reflect on the reasons for the breakup and any underlying issues that may have contributed to the relationship ending. It's also important to take the time to improve yourself and work on any personal growth that may help you be a better partner. When reconnecting with your ex, it's important to approach the situation with openness and honesty. This means being willing to acknowledge any mistakes you may have made in the past and taking responsibility for them. It's also important to be open to hearing your ex's perspective and understanding their feelings. It's important to remember that reconciliation is not guaranteed, and your ex may not be interested in getting back together. It's important to respect their decision and continue to focus on personal growth and moving forward in your own life. If your ex is open to reconnecting, it's important to take things slow and focus on rebuilding trust and communication. This can involve going on casual dates, engaging in new activities together, or simply spending time getting to know each other again. It's also important to continue to prioritize personal growth and self-improvement, even after reconnecting with your ex. This can help ensure that the relationship is healthy and positive, and that both parties are committed to building a strong foundation for the future. Overall, reconnecting with your ex requires openness, honesty, and a willingness to work on personal growth and address any underlying issues that may have contributed to the breakup. By approaching the situation with care and respect, you can increase your chances of reconciliation, while also focusing on personal growth and well-being. Working on the relationship is an important step after reconnecting with your ex and attempting to get back together. This step involves putting in the effort to build a strong and healthy relationship moving forward. One key aspect of working on the relationship is communication. It's important to be open and honest with your partner about your thoughts, feelings, and needs. This can involve expressing gratitude for positive actions, addressing any concerns or issues that arise, and setting boundaries to ensure that both parties feel respected and heard. Another important aspect of working on the relationship is making time for each other. This can involve scheduling regular date nights or finding activities that you both enjoy doing together. It's also important to make an effort to support each other's goals and aspirations, both individually and as a couple. Trust is another key component of a healthy relationship. It's important to be reliable and consistent in your actions, and to be transparent about any issues that may arise. Building trust can take time and effort, but it's an essential part of a strong and lasting relationship. Working on the relationship also involves recognizing and addressing any issues that may arise. This can involve seeking professional help, such as couples therapy or counseling, to address any underlying issues or conflicts that may be impacting the relationship. It's important to remember that working on the relationship is an ongoing process that requires effort and commitment from both parties. It's important to be patient and understanding with each other, and to continue to prioritize personal growth and self-improvement as a couple. Ultimately, the goal of working on the relationship is to build a strong and healthy partnership that is built on trust, communication, and mutual respect. By putting in the effort and committing to the process, you can create a relationship that is fulfilling, satisfying, and built to last. The first thing to emphasize in the conclusion is that getting back together with an ex is not always possible or the best option. It's important to be honest with yourself about your feelings and motivations, and to approach the situation with openness and care. If you do decide to try to get back together with an ex, it's important to follow the steps outlined in the video. This involves understanding the breakup, implementing the no-contact rule, improving yourself, reconnecting with your ex, and working on the relationship. By taking these steps and focusing on personal growth and communication, you can increase your chances of a successful reconciliation. However, it's also important to recognize that the process of getting back together with an ex can be difficult and emotional. It's important to be patient with yourself and your partner, and to seek professional help if needed to address any underlying issues or conflicts. In the conclusion, it's also important to offer final thoughts and advice for viewers who may be struggling with a breakup. This can involve offering resources for support, such as therapy or counseling, and emphasizing the importance of self-care and personal growth. Ultimately, the conclusion of the video should leave viewers with a sense of hope and empowerment. By taking a thoughtful and intentional approach to getting back together with an ex, it is possible to build a strong and healthy relationship that is built on trust, communication, and mutual respect.